And normally I would be saying to you, welcome to my podcast, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you some tried, tested and proven ways to grow your business. However, today I'm not going to say that, because I'm actually here with a very good friend of mine who I've known for many, many years. Some of you know that back years ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, I played table tennis at international level, and Simon, the gentleman I'm just about to introduce you to, was also a real top player, represented his county and I think at country, certainly at junior level, I think. Is that right, Simon?
Yeah, I was actually European champion when I was
Were you really?
14.
Wow, I never knew that. Wow, fantastic.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So Simon's here with me, and just to give you a bit of a brief around Simon, he's been a diabetic now for 51 years, and in May last year he lost his leg. Obviously a major thing for anybody, and very easy for Simon to think, oh well, that's it now, can't play table tennis anymore. But you know what, he got involved, and literally within a couple of weeks he was out and he was into his wheelchair and started playing table tennis. He joined the British para table tennis team literally from his hospital bed. Since then he's played in many different para events, getting 4 silver medals, 1 third place, and I think right now he's got various things that he's looking to do. Did you recently go to Costa Rica? Is that coming up?
Yeah,
Simon, I can't remember.
I was lucky after my first 2 events, playing in the GB para events in England. I actually got asked would I like to represent GB in the Costa Rica Para Open.
Wow.
And I went out there in December, and in the team event I actually beat a guy who's number 13 in the world in his own class. So
wow, really cool.
Started off to get my world ranking points.
Not a bad start then in your first year, in obviously playing in a wheelchair.
Well,
really.
not only the first year, but in the first 6 months. But also, I'm 64, and when I went with the GB team, I was actually 40 years older than the next oldest person. So
fantastic.
This is certainly coming at the end of my sort of career, but this has kick-started it completely.
Yeah, brilliant. Now I know you're playing in the IWAS World Championships in Thailand in February. Tell everybody about that.
Well, the IWAS stands for International Wheelchair Amputee Sports Federation, and they have 12 sports, and there's over 500 athletes covering all those sports from different nations. The GB Para have put me forward as being probably the best wheelchair amputee in Great Britain. But unfortunately, because of the cost, no other GB teams are going to be out there at all. So I will be travelling on my own.
Wow.
I'm trying to do everything on a budget, so I'm flying into Beijing first and then transferring to Bangkok, and I get collected. So I've got some cheaper flights, even though it's going to take me longer to travel. But I'm going to be the only athlete there. I've got nobody else travelling with me. I'm going to be entirely on my own with my wheelchair and my table tennis bat.
Wow.
And I'm looking for as much help as I can to try and assist me on those.
So I know
costs.
you're not any government or association funded. This is all self-funded, really.
Unfortunately, at my level, and I've only been a wheelchair table tennis player now for about 6 months. You have to completely self-fund everything.
Yeah.
Even my kit I've had to self-fund. I've got no commercial sponsors. I've been trying to raise some money through a GoFundMe page, and if anybody's interested in helping me, if you've heard of GoFundMe, all you do is you go into your browser, type in GoFundMe, and when you get to the GoFundMe page, just type in again, fund the Simon Heaps wheelchair table tennis dream. And if I can just talk a little bit about that, Steve?
Yeah, by all means, yeah.
Basically, I've got a dream that I would like to try and play in the Commonwealth Games in 2022. That's the next major championships. It's too late for me to go to Tokyo because I started too late, and that's pretty much closed for the Olympics. So the next big one is the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022. I will be 66, nearly 67 then, and I'm trying to raise funds to pay for my international events that I have to go to get world ranking points, and to pay for my coaching and training. So the GoFundMe page is a fantastic way of people making donations, however small they are, would be grateful. I'm keeping a very strict record of exactly where all that money goes, and if anybody wants to query it, I can show every single pound of expenditure.
Fantastic. And so just to confirm the address that they need to go to, could you say that again? And also the spelling of your last name, just to make sure everybody's clear.
All you need to do is to go to the GoFundMe, just type that into your browser, and it's an organisation, it's like a crowdfunder, and then if you then type into the search button, fund the Simon Heaps, and my surname is spelled HEAPS, as in rubbish, fund the Simon Heaps wheelchair table tennis dream. You can then make donations however big or small that you would like. They will all be used, and I'd be really grateful. It takes probably no more than 20 seconds to do this. You have to put in an email address. You can make an anonymous donation if you want, and I will answer every single donation that comes through, as I have done already. I'll thank you personally.
That's fantastic. And, on behalf of myself, Simon, and all the people listening today and the people that will listen to this, whether it be it on radio, on YouTube, and Facebook and so on and so forth, I'm sure everybody's wishing you every success. And hopefully you'll bring back not only a medal from the IWAS event, but a Commonwealth gold. How about that? How cool would that be?
I will certainly be trying. I'm just about to go off to a practice session now, and I'm virtually training and practicing every day. I'm lucky a gymnasium's given me a free membership, so I'm in there 3 or 4 times a week trying to get myself fit, even at the age of 64.
Yeah, good man. Great to hear, great to hear. So thank you ever so much for listening. Hope you'll enjoy that slightly different, but, wonderfully inspiring, I believe, podcast today. I would just sort of finish by saying, in life we all have ups and downs, don't we? Whether it's in business that, business is tough and awful things happen. Sometimes, awful things happen to us physically. But, I've got a very good friend, actually, a guy called Mitchell, who he had 2 major problems. One, he had a motorbike accident and got 2/3 of his body burnt off. And then 2, he crashed a plane. He was a pilot, like a private pilot, crashed a plane and finished up in a wheelchair. And he now spends all his life going around the world telling people it's not what happens, it's what you do about it that really makes the difference. And, Simon, I think, is a great example of that. He's had an awful thing happen, but it's what he's done about it that I think is so inspiring. So well done, Simon, and long may it continue. Thank you very much for listening, everybody.